Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be making a box. I found this on Pinterest and I thought it was cute. Of course, the person that posted it on Pinterest used a double-sided piece of paper, and I am trying to use this paper collection, Oh So Glam. So I just wanted to show you this box, and I didn't put anything on. I think we're going to make a bow together to go on here or something, maybe, because at first I was going to put the pocket out, the little flat portion out, but I think that we're going to leave it like this. And even though it is directional, I think it looks good. So let's get started. Talk about a busy pattern, right? So whenever I have a busy pattern, I just turn it over and go from there. So I've been looking for 12 by 12 projects to use like one sheet of paper. So that's what I'm trying to do, but also create something different for myself. So the instructions are to score it at 3 and 9 inches. Then to rotate it and score at 1 inch, 3.5 inches, 6.5 inches, and 9. When I took that class, the lady said to start off the board to create your creases, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. But you know, old habits die hard. So now what I'm doing is just, I'm going to crease every crease there is on here. You can do it however you like. Let me know in the comment section, do you crease all your creases first, or do you trim away what needs to be trimmed? I find that if I crease first, on some projects, not all of them, but if I crease first, it's easier to trim away what needs to be trimmed versus struggling later on, because you know the struggle is real when it comes to cutting and all the other stuff. So here we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut away a few things as well as cut some lines. So I'm going to turn it over so you can see what I'm doing. So right here we're going to cut this line. We're going to cut this line. Alright, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut down 2 squares. The first square we're going to cut off, or yeah, rectangle, square, whatever you want to call it. And I got the bigger scissors out because I feel like I could hopefully make a cleaner cut versus a brandy cut. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to recrease again, just in some of the spots I feel like they didn't get really creased that well. I guess the horizontal pieces more so than anything. Now what the poster tells you to do is use some strong adhesive tape. I think I'm falling back in like with wet glue. Especially wet glue that doesn't warp your paper that much. This adhesive tech that you can pick up probably at any craft spot as well as Walmart, I guess. You can just use and make sure you get your edges, right? You always got to make sure the edges are good because you don't want your paper to fold or bow out. And I'm not applying a lot, even though I'm covering this whole little square up. I'm just applying enough to get the paper wet. And this paper is really thick, which is really good in comparison to some of the Paper Studio line. It's not always that heavy duty. And I'm just going to take my bone tool or scoring tool and apply pressure. and press down. And if you have any seepage, you can just remember that for your next fold, so you don't have to worry about the seepage, okay? But if you don't have seepage, then that's good. You didn't apply a lot. Or you can just use adhesive tape. Or if you have a glue stick, you can put the glue stick on there. I do like this glue a lot more than I probably have stated. This was my #1 go-to glue when I first started playing with wet glue. And then I ventured out and everything. I guess my first love of glue is Elmer's glue, right? And I don't remember if Elmer's made that thick paste glue. They probably did. That everyone, you can say you didn't if you want to, used to try to eat. I ate it. It tasted good, I guess. So I'm just making sure it's lined up really, I'm trying to make sure it's butted up as best as possible before the glue starts to dry. And then I'm just going to take the bone folder or scoring tool and rub the glue in. The flap in. You can't really see that, but trust me, that's what I'm doing. Alright, so that's how it's looking so far. And then I'll do the same thing to this other side. Okay, so I think applying glue on the last flap and trying to, I just recreased it again, and trying to get it over there is tricky. So, just do your best. That's all we ask, right? Just do your best. Try your hardest. Anyway, I was thinking about the whole eating paste. I saw a post, someone had, of course, a post or a comment or something, right? Always. It was a post, someone said, "How did you get so crafty?" And it was like, I ate paste in kindergarten. You remember when well, I don't know if you did this, but did you take Elmer's glue and put it on your hand and then make fingernails with it? Like, really? I guess that's when false fingernails first came about, and little kids, most parents would not like their little 5-year-old wear fake nails, because back in the day, they had the little press-on stuff, or 6-year-old, I don't remember. My mom never wore false nails until she got older. But when you don't have a lot of money, you have to prioritize, and false nails over food, do the math. I'm still here, so I guess she made the right decision, right? I'm gonna put a little bit more glue or some pressure, because apparently I got the glue. Nope, didn't nail it. All right, just a scotch right there. And I'm going to apply some pressure. But anyway, super glue, because I've never really worn fake nails. I think I've had my nails done professionally maybe twice, and I just don't like the way the nail feels. I pick at it and I pluck all the fingernail polish off, so yep, I didn't like that. There we go. Now I'm going to take my Distress and darken the corner some. Did I get this one good? Come on, glue. The one thing you have to remember is that it's still drying, and if you take your finger and smudge, it will smudge it, okay? Also, as I always say, this can be reactivated, so you have to be careful with that as well. But if you're okay with that, then you're fine. I guess boxes over time do get that worn look on them, right? And I'm just helping this along the way. I have been pulling out buttons lately for projects, which makes me super duper excited. And I think we're going to put some other stuff on here, so I'll be back. I'm going to go ahead and make this bow really quickly, and I just use this paper and cut off 1 inch. So I cut off 2 1-inch strips, cutting it, punching at 2 and 5 inches. Remember not to go too fast, or you may get your little pieces off. So there's no need to rush to try to get it done. I find that whenever I try to rush and do it, I make it worse. So I'm just going to put it in what I think is the center. Do you have an envelope punch board? Do you use it for more than just making envelopes? I do a little bit of both. Tuesday morning had the mini one. I've seen a lot of We Are Memory Keepers products, yes, that people have been showing lately. All right, so I left one tail, as you can see, regular, and the other tail I decided to tail it, make it a tail. Me and my words. I know. So I'm just going to put this little strip of tape right there. I cannot believe that we are almost done with 2018. All right. So you're just going to take it and fold it over just like that into the center. And again, take it, fold it over just like that to the center. And then I'll do the other one and we can finish our box. Okay, so we got our bow and we're going to put it on here as straight as possible. I really could just measure it out, right? Just take a walk on the wild side. All right. So this is how the bow looks. I know that this bow looks different than this pattern. And you know, I think maybe I should cut the bow into the pattern that it is on. Let's see how this is going to look. But I wanted to have that one little odd piece. And I want it to be super there, like this one. I think looks good. But I'm putting this bow on the top, just like that. But that black bow, it doesn't have a lot of color on it, so I'm thinking maybe that's why I don't like it so much. I'll ask the big roommate and see what he says. But, you know, everything should always be matchy, right? I almost cut my finger. I don't know if y'all saw that or not. Oh, I did snip it a little bit. That's okay. I have 9 more to cut off and glue back on. I'm just joking. Kinda. All right, so here we go with this one. And I guess at the end of the day, if I really don't like it, I could always do it again, right? So these are our completed projects. And I actually like this one, I guess because it matches, whereas this one, you can barely see the black in here, but it's definitely black in there. So let's go ahead and put a temporary piece of tape until I decide if I want to keep that bow or not. But this is just foam tape that we have put down and create just like that. I don't want to apply too much pressure. I don't want it to bow out. Get it? Bow. Never mind. It's early. Cut me some slack. Alright, so we'll see. I think it's okay. I don't think it's too bad. But this is the completed project. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And until next time, happy crafting.